Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back or to get over your ex. This week, I want to talk about whether no contact will work twice. If you're in no contact and if you've broken it, you're going to wonder, oh no, will it work again? Or if you were broken up with or had to break up with someone and then got back together and then broke up again, will it work again? Well, I have a success story here. A semi-success story, as you'll see, so stay tuned. But first, I want to welcome back my beautiful No Contact Army. Thank you so much to everyone who has downloaded the Silencio app. And if you haven't, make sure you do so that you'll be able to stay in no contact. The link for that is underneath every single video and podcast. And if you too would like to join our No Contact Army, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button and the bell notification and you're in. And to read our manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com where you can read 2 free chapters before you purchase the book. All right, I have an email here from a follower, and let us begin. First, I want to say that I never doubted you. I thought if anything would work, it would be no contact. Either he would contact me or I wouldn't be missing much. That's a great attitude. I wish everyone had that attitude. But your 45 to 60 day knowledge impressed me. I'm 37 and my ex is 34. In November of 2022, after 3 years together, he broke up with me. The relationship wasn't good and he just called it quits. He was taking me for granted and micro-cheating, like liking girls' sexy pictures on social media or adding unknown girls. So I know this whole thing about liking girls' sexy pictures and women get upset by that. It's like, how do you even have time to see what pictures he's liking? Why are you spying on him, first of all? And secondly, if it's girls he's never going to meet, if it's just popular IG girls or whatever, then who cares if he's liking? If anything, I would be more concerned that he's wasting his time liking photos rather than the fact that he's liking the photos. It's the fact that that's what he's wasting his time doing. That, to me, that's the bigger issue. But people get insecure. They're like, oh, he liked her photo. Okay, but she lives halfway around the world. Who cares? Okay, so to continue, and yes, my cat is here all of a sudden. He broke up kind of impulsively. He was in the house for 2 hours, packing very slowly. I'm pretty sure waiting for me to beg him not to leave. I did not. Well, thank God. I was obviously crying, but I didn't beg him or question his decision, not even once. I'm the best soldier because I'm the most disciplined person I know. So when I say I won't contact him, trust me, I won't. Okay, I get it. Good for you. But I was devastated. I kept track of everything he was doing and saw that since the day after the breakup, he was adding girls, Shirley from Tinder, on his social media. Again, checking to see what they're doing. You know, if it's going to hurt you, like, people are their own worst enemies. If you can't handle seeing someone adding people, then don't look. I mean, right? Even the cat agrees. That would kill me, how he would move on so fast. Okay, let me stop and talk about that. First of all, who said it was fast? You're assuming it was fast. How do you know that he hadn't emotionally left the relationship 4 or 5, 6 months earlier? So then it really wouldn't be that fast, would it? And secondly, how do you know that that's not his way of coping by seemingly moving on? He's just distracting himself. He's not moving on. And thirdly, if you're upset because, you say, oh, it killed me that I moved on, you're taking it personally. It's not about you, okay? And you're basing your self-esteem on how long it takes someone to move on when it has absolutely nothing to do with you. Like, what would have made you feel better? If he took a year to move on, then would you have been okay? 6 months? Like, what's the time frame? It has absolutely nothing to do with you. So there's no point in getting upset. Oh, he moved on so fast, therefore I am XYZ. No, he moved on so fast, therefore he is XYZ. You're out of the equation. All right. His birthday was 1 month following the breakup. I didn't call. Good. But on that day, he interacted with my stories, voted on a poll that I had also. Clearly to call my attention, obviously. A little after that, he stopped watching my stories. I wasn't watching his since the breakup. Good. After the 60th day, he liked one of my posts on Instagram. And 3 or 4 days after that, he reached out with a very significant message. See, he liked your post. You didn't do anything. He listened to me. You didn't think, oh my God, he wants to get back together. I'm going to reach out. And then he saw that you did not have any response to him liking your post. And he said something significant. He said he realized I was the woman of his life, that he wanted to have a life with me. And if I was still single, he'd like to go back to our home. We got back together. Notice how she did not say anything about asking the 6 questions. A grievous error, as you will soon see. He gave me some insight about how things were for him. He said he stopped watching the stories, now listen to this, because it was hurting him. I was traveling for months. See, so sometimes when your ex watches your stories, it's not like, oh no, they moved on, they're not watching my stories. Maybe because you're having too much fun. Maybe because you're taking my advice and living your life and leveling up, and they can't handle it. Okay, that could be the other explanation. Don't be so negative. And she continues, and questioned me for why I didn't call on his birthday. He was surely expecting it. Exactly. They break up with you, but they still expect you to contact them on their birthday. And then when they don't, they stop watching your stories, they unfollow you. They do something to signal like, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm not going to watch your story, or watch your stories because you didn't wish me a happy birthday, even though I broke up with you. Get out of here with that. And by the way, if you are enjoying this, then please be sure to give this video a like in order to help the YouTube algorithm to suggest it to other people so we can help other people find this video. Okay, she continues. Fast forward, I broke up with him again a few months later. Okay, sorry, that's what you get for not asking the 6 questions. 6 questions, not the 6 questions. I found out he had cheated on me. He says there wasn't any physical intimacy yet. I don't know if I believe it, but regardless, he went on a date with at least one person. He was texting her and another girl on a daily basis, including on a trip we had together. Not on a trip, too. Jesus. He reached out. I didn't change my mind. Around 45 days after his last contact, he messaged again. It was a breadcrumb, but I decided to answer. We got back together, but I broke up with him a month later because he didn't compromise. And also because you didn't ask the 6 questions. So, it's been almost 40 days. I'm in no contact. He reached out 1 week after, and I ignored. I don't know if he'll reach out anymore. Yeah, he probably will, because you keep taking him back. Why wouldn't he? I won't contact him because he cheated and took me for granted so many times. Okay. I'd be lying if I said I don't love him anymore. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? What's love got to do with it? How about you love yourself? You know, he cheated and took you for granted, and you're writing to me, so it's not because you just want to tell me the story. Because here comes her big question. Do you think he might come back? And if so, as a different human? You want a different human. If you want a different human, I suggest you find a different human. You get a different human. He is who he is. He's 34 and you're 37. Do you want to get married? Do you want to have children? I'm going to assume you do. You're wasting your time. Most women who are in their 40s, unmarried and childless, it's because they were with someone in their 30s that it didn't work out with. And it's not working out with this guy, and yet you want to know if he's going to come back. And it's mainly for your ego and your self-esteem. It's just for your ego boost. Because I'm sure you don't want to be back with someone who cheats and takes you for granted. In fact, that's why you asked that if he can come back as a different human being. So this isn't about love. This is about your ego. And who cares if he comes back? You shouldn't take him back. First of all, you should only get back with someone once. And then if you break up again, or they break up with you, or you have to break up with them, that's it. That's it. Because if he comes back, it's not for love. Okay? It's for the assets. It's for whatever you provide for him. And no, I'm not just talking about sex. It's about the validation, the ego stroke, the help with whatever, the companionship. That's what men mainly come back for. The assets and the resources. Not because all of a sudden they realize, oh my God, I love her. I changed my mind. I want her back. I love her. That's not the reason a lot of the time. Okay? So you should not even be interested in getting back with him. It's time to move on if you're serious about getting married and having children. But thank you so much for your email. But as for everyone listening, as you can see, no contact does work twice. However, you have to be sure to ask the 6 questions, and I'll post the link to the video in the upper right-hand corner. And if then it doesn't work out again, that's it. How many chances are you going to give someone? If they keep messing up, it's because you're not their dream person. Because if you were, they would do everything in their power to not lose you. Don't you behave differently with someone the higher your interest is in them? Aren't you super careful to make sure you don't mess up with someone that you're super interested in, as opposed to someone that you're like, they're all right. I don't care if I lose them. Yeah, everyone does that. Okay? So I now want to hear from you. What advice do you have for her? Do you think that she should get back together if he reaches out, which, trust me, he will. It's not because I'm psychic. I just know. Okay, but in the meantime, if you would like my help to get your ex back, contact me at theartoflove.net and we will send you the rates. The direct link is below every single video and podcast. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. If you're listening to this as a podcast, please rate and review. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.